Hi kindergarten, welcome to another week. I'm outside today, just outside my house, and I just was noticing how our plants are really starting to bloom. I have forget-me-nots that have just bloomed. They just kind of grow themselves, and then down here is a couple of little poppies that just started to bloom. And we were talking about plants last week. Behind me are two kind of trees. Now Mrs. Vantel's not super great with knowing the plants' names, but they're beautiful. I recognize when they're beautiful. So I hope you're seeing something beautiful at your house. One thing that is very special about June is that Peyton has her birthday, and her birthday was actually on Sunday. And there's our friend Peyton. And so maybe you join in with me to sing happy birthday. I have a little white candle for her. And I'll light it, and hopefully the wind doesn't blow it out before we can finish our song. Oh goodness, we'll try one more time. We might just have to sing without the flame. Here we go. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not going to keep going. Let's just sing. Sorry, Peyton. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peyton. Happy birthday to you. I hope you had cake and ice cream and all the glorious things that make birthdays special. All right, so I will get your little birthday cupcake, and I have a little birthday card for you, and I will mail that in our packages that we're going to be sending out, okay? So that is something that's special that happens in June. And of course, we talked about the flowers blooming, and that starts because the weather is so warm. We are heading towards summer and the actual season of summer, and that starts in June on the 21st or 22nd, so that's exciting. And I also am outside, not just for the flowers, but if you listen carefully, you can hear lots of noises. There's birds, of course, but there's some sounds, and some of those sounds are coming from some bugs. So I don't know if you've been looking around, but you might have seen dragonflies. These are, of course, just our plastic toys. How about these little guys? Have you seen ladybugs? Oh, you might have seen some of these guys. Beetles or water striders. These ones are on the water. And how about these ones? Bumblebees. He's a little plastic one from our bumblebee game. So if you are sitting around outside, and if you just sit quiet with your eyes closed and listen, you'll hear the bugs talking to each other. Now sometimes bugs feel icky or seem icky, and people don't like them, especially if they're mosquitoes, and then we're swatting them because they will bite us, right? So you have to be careful about bugs. But all things that are alive, all things have a purpose. So I wonder what the purpose would be of a mosquito. Just to bite us? Maybe they feed the bats and the fish, the frogs. So everything has a purpose. If you're wondering about those sorts of things, that's why you would start asking some questions. And then you would do some research like we did with our zoo animals. So that's a good thing to do as well if you're curious about things. I've got some books and things loaded into the classroom this week, and Mrs. Wedman, Miss Blish have loaded in a few things for us too, just to keep thinking and maybe doing a little bit of answering some of those questions you might have about bugs or insects, okay? Now, a bumblebee says a special sound. It says zzz, and that is connected to our last letter of the alphabet. Oh my goodness, did you ever think we'd get here? So letter Z, big and little. Luckily he's the same. We don't have to grow our brain too much, not strain it too hard. He looks the same either way. Can be tricky with that diagonal, so do practice the printing, okay? And letter Z is for my friend Zebra. Look at him, he's got beanbags in his bottom. Zebra, also a number, so I made a number out of a pipe cleaner. 0, and that is precisely how many things that I could think of that starts with Z that you could eat. No, I thought of one thing. We could have zucchini. Zucchini is a healthy snack, and best if you dip that vegetable in some ranch dip. So a zucchini snack might be something that you could have, and that might have been something that I could have brought for you if we were still at school. So, zebra running zigzag says z, z, z. So that's Dave's connection, and Dave and his sisters and his whole family went to the zoo, just like our zoo that we made. And there was a bumblebee that was buzzing around the zebra. The zebra got a little bit frightened because he didn't want to get stung, and so he started going zig, 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 zag, back and forth to avoid that bumblebee. Dave looked at the track that the zebra made and heard the sound of the bumblebee, and that's his big connection about how letter Z says z, z, z. Zebra's running zigzag says z, z, z. So there you go. There's your last letter. So last journal story too. Phew. Write that for me and send it to me. Do a little reading about maybe some bugs this week. And I hope you enjoy our last letter. Here's something that's kind of fun. I have a toy, a flower, and if you can say pop, out comes a crazy little bug. All right, I hope you have fun growing your brain and fun listening and exploring about insects. Bye-bye.